Hello, Northwood fans. We're heading into the 2013 football season. I'm Travis McCurdy, joined by head coach Mike Sullivan as we're getting into training camp now. Coach, just give us your general thoughts heading into the 2013 season.
Well, you know what? We're very excited. We've got a great group, a great nucleus. You know, we're replacing a lot of guys that were seniors that were starters for us last year, but we've got 23 seniors coming back again this year. And then we've got a great group of youth that are coming in that's going along with this group. And the thing I like, you know, we're into the second day, is our guys are flying around and having fun and really making a commitment and studying and learning the game in all aspects and doing a tremendous job with our coaches, and so that's great to see that core nucleus, along with our new guys that we've got mixed into it, that they're developing all together in the same bond.
Well, you mentioned a lot of it's kind of an interesting mix again, because you had a big group of seniors last year, particularly on defense, but you have a lot of seniors back. So you have a new look team, but not necessarily as young a team as it might appear, considering how many seniors you lost after last year.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's guys, there's no question our quarterback position. We're going to have a new quarterback this year with Aaron Shavers graduating last year, but that's also exciting because these guys that are in are bringing some different things to the table. We've got a great group, a nucleus of running backs, very very deep at that position, as well as being very deep at quarterback, and got a great group of receivers and tight ends that we're extremely deep at, and we're also pretty deep at offensive line. So offensively, we're feeling very excited going into it. And then defensively, we've got some young guys in our secondary that are making some tremendous contributions and doing very well out here. And then our linebacker core, Coach Luke, he does a great job getting those guys right back reloaded because, with replacing Spencer and Ryan last year. But we've got some guys that's already stepped into that position. We're very deep at that position as well. And then defensive line, Coach Haynes and Coach Mack are doing a great job, and we've got a tremendous amount of depth inside and also on the edges. So it's very exciting. Then on special teams, we've got Alex back, and Alex is looking great for us in kicking, and Rudy, who's going to be a senior, is doing a great job snapping, and Josh, who's going to be a senior, who's probably the most unselfish young man that I've coached in 20 years. In his involvement in special teams. And so in all aspects, our guys are growing very quickly into this game, and I'm very impressed with our coaching staff and their ability to develop those guys.
Well, let's talk a little bit about each group in particular. You mentioned offensively, new quarterback, but there's also a lot of guys back at a lot of different positions, and now we're coming into the second year of this sort of a new look offense, not the traditional Woodbone we've always seen, with a little bit of a different look. And I'm sure going into the second year, everyone's more comfortable and everybody's ready to go for this season.
Yeah, there's no question that our guys are very comfortable, and we're having a lot of fun with the offense. And Greg Quick has done a great job coming in here, as well as our EJ on offense and our coaches with them. But our quarterbacks, we got 5 guys in there that can play quarterback in the offense that we have, and can do a great job. And we've got some guys back on the offensive line, but we're also adding some guys into our offensive line as well. But we've had our core nucleus ever since the season ended last year, and so they made a tremendous job. Scott Fisher does an unbelievable job for us in the weight room with overseeing 530 athletes on this campus, and he does a great job with our football program, and he's somebody that's been with us for 15 years, been with me for 15 years, and so he's done a great job. And then into the off season and into spring ball, we had a great spring ball, and in our spring ball game, our last scrimmage before our spring ball game, we saw some redshirt freshmen that were true freshmen last year that really made some strong contributions to our program. And so that's always good, Travis, when you've got some older guys, you've got some seniors making contributions, but then you have your juniors, sophomores, and freshmen coming through making contributions as well, and that's very exciting for our program.
Now, defensively, you mentioned you guys had a really good defense, one of the best defenses in the GLIAC last year. But you lost a lot of guys. You mentioned Spencer, Ryan, Fabian Jackson, Justin Barnes, Andrew Cox were all key players for you last year. but I think you guys feel like you have some players that can step in and make you guys be a very good defensive team once again this season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our coaches on the defensive side of the ball, I'm blessed to have a very veteran staff across the board, but with Coach Luke and Coach Pierce and Coach Haynes and Coach Mack and those guys, they do a great job of developing our players. And so, you know, we've got defensive backs and Coach Ligup's back there too that are right back in, our corners and safeties, doing a great job and paying attention to detail and technique and getting themselves better. And we've added some guys in too that came in and are going to make contributions as well. And then with the linebacker core, that full nucleus is back again, and that's from the spring ball, and those guys are making tremendous contributions. And then our front end, you know, my goal is to have a very strong, with Coach Luke, to have a very, very strong front end, and I think we've accomplished that goal. We brought in some guys to go in with the guys that we've already had, and I really like the way they're getting off the ball and the technique that's being developed there.
Now, special teams, we got almost everybody back, all the key players. You mentioned Justin Agoga, the holder, Rudy Faselli, the long snapper, Alex Faust, the kicker, but you do have to replace your punter. How is that process going, and how have those other guys performed thus far?
You know, Josh Strange, I seen him out here today working with Coach Arnold, and he's doing a tremendous job. He looked good in punting, and Mark Morris is involved in punting with us as well, and we've got a couple of young guys, but you know, there's no question Tony Height was a weapon, but I think you know, as long as our guys listen to what they're being taught, which they are, and studying it, that we'll be just fine with our punter. I am tremendously proud of our special teams and what we're able to do on special teams. It's no question that, you know, when people come up and talk to me a lot, they talk about the aspect of our special teams, and that's a third of the game, and our coaching staff does a great job with it.
September 7th is the opener against Slippery Rock. What are you hoping to see your team? Where do you hope to see from right now till then? What do you want to see from in the process?
You know, first of all, it's a huge ball game for us. I mean, Slippery Rock's a very, very good, very quality football team. Their coaching staff does a tremendous job. Their guys has been together for a long time. They got a great team, and so that'll be a great test for us right off the bat. What I want to see is our nucleus gel, and I want to see us come out and play a full game for 60 minutes and finish a full game for 60 minutes. And that's one thing that we're looking at doing this year. And our kids are hungry, so, you know, that's a good thing. But Slippery Rock is a very good football team, and so we know that's going to be a strong, stiff test for us right off the bat.
Well, Coach Sullivan, appreciate the time, and good luck in this upcoming 2013 season.
Thank you very much, Travis.